Yeah, let's keep that music going. And if you know this song, sing along with me. Here we go. Wow, I didn't expect you to sing. That is amazing. What a gracious audience. So he already stated it. Let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, I do kind of look like Christopher Walken, but I imagine some of you are thinking, how could they afford a low-rent Ryan Seacrest, eh? But we all are from the Midwest here, so for those of you familiar with the film Fargo, you're probably thinking, this guy. But what all these people have in common, these men, they have their music. Some of them are associated with music. They play their music. Their music may be on film, may be on a stage, but they have that commonality. And when it comes to music, I have the stages that I like to perform on. And I'm constantly observing stages and how people interact with them and how they engage their audiences. Opportunity dances with those already on the dance floor. So when I see patterns, I see them on the dance floor as a DJ. But any dance floor could be a boardroom, your team. It could be your organization. So if you're anything like me, let's go into the way, way back machine because I love origin stories. Let's go and check out mine. So go back to 2004. I had just graduated from Southern Utah University. And I left Salt Lake City, Utah, and I got in my car and I drove all the way across the country for a trip that would take me across the country and the Gulf of Mexico to Orlando, Florida, the home of the Magic Kingdom, Walt Disney World. Sing it. Makes no difference who you are. Makes no difference who you are. A dream in my head, and also a degree. I had the world in my hand, and I was going to go work for the mouse, and I was going to do something spectacular. I was going to go there and maybe work for ESPN, or maybe work at the Magic Kingdom and do something amazing with my life. What that was going to be, I didn't know. So I did the Walt Disney World College program. And when you first arrived, they give you a letter. And when I opened up that letter, it told me where I'd be working. So I'm going to need your help on this. When they told me that I'd be working at MGM Studios, this is where you go, ooh, perfect. And then I opened it up. Next to it, it said where I would be doing, what I would be doing, and I'd be working in attractions and operations, and this is where you go, ah. And then last, I found out what I would be doing in attractions and operations at MGM Studios. And when I found that out, I got so excited. I would be working at the world-class parking lot. Yes, I had a college degree in hand, and they placed me in this parking lot at Walt Disney World. I did not expect that. I had a college degree. I had expectations to go work for ESPN, maybe even work in the back lot, do something with my life. But I became a human light switch, telling people where to park their car. 2 fingers, of course. Come on, you can park your car right here. But everything changed when I performed at the Walt Disney World College Program talent show, and I met my mentor, Elliot Hansen. After I performed my fake magic show, yes, it's a fake magic show, he approached me and he said, have you ever thought about becoming a DJ? And I said, a DJ? And he said, an interactive theme park DJ. And I didn't know that was a job. So he took me under his wing, and he taught me the ways of an interactive theme park DJ. And one of my favorite jobs was working at Universal Studios. If you've ever been there, this is the Universal City Walk. And at the Universal City Walk, when you leave your car, you have to walk through this plaza to get to the 2 parks that are there. It was my job to get 150 people in front of this stage at the end of the night at 5:30 p.m. to party and dance in front of a band. So how did I take it from just me to we? I had to create a movement. I had to get people engaged and involved. So, not at the time, I didn't realize that this methodology is what I used. It's called initiate, guide, own. And this is something that I see is replicated everywhere in the world when it comes to movement, when it comes to culture, when it comes to engagement. So we're going to go over this quickly. Initiate, guide, own. So this right here is the plaza. I had to initiate by stepping out into this stage, to this dance floor by myself. And I would have beads in hand, just like this. I would have a microphone and an iPod full of music, where I would play music. When I say music, I mean TV theme songs from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Now, this is back in the 2000s. So I'd play a song like this. And then somebody would approach me and I would say, if you want free stuff, come on down and tell me the name of this song. So imagine you're there. You raise your hand and you tell me what that song is. Anybody want to participate? What is this TV theme song? Anybody? Anybody? You in the back, sir. It is Knight Rider, yes, starring none other than David Hasselhoff. Another guy caught it, but that's okay. Or I would play this song. And then the crowd would go wild. And they'd put both hands up in the air. Everybody, go ahead, put both hands up. Are you ready for it? And you know what it is? So no one told you life was gonna be this way. Well done, everybody wins. So that's what I would do. I would initiate, I'd walk out by myself, and eventually I'd get a crowd because I'm giving away free stuff, we're playing music, people are singing along, and then I would guide them. That was the next step. I needed them to dance. I needed to get them towards the stage. So if I were to guide them to that stage, I needed to do a dance that they could all do, an entry-level song. Something, whenever it would say this, the crowd would react. Let's see how you do on this. Everybody clap your hands. That is amazing! Okay, so it's called the cha-cha slide. If you're not familiar with it, it's kind of the hokey pokey of the 2000s. Everybody clap your hands, move to the right, move to the left, right? People can do that. I can move to the right, I can stomp, I can jump. So that's how I would guide them. For those of you from the 80s, the electric slide, the Cupid Shuffle from the 2000s, the Hokey Pokey from like the 60s, whatever it may be, I would guide them. Because let's go back to middle school, those awkward dances where nobody really knew how to dance, and there was a dance circle, and then somebody would push you out there, and it was like the most awkward, uncomfortable thing. I know you're feeling it right now, Jack. I'm taking you back to that time. But nobody was guiding us middle schoolers at that time. If I can guide people to the dance floor and show them the possibilities of dance, they now have that confidence and courage to step out there. The last step was ownership. I couldn't always be out there guiding them in every single dance. So once I left that dance floor, I had to inspire them to keep dancing with the right music and the right songs. Speaking of music, music is the key to connecting to your audience, but I like to call it musical empathy. So you have a team, you have an organization, you have people that you need to support. Are you playing the right music? This is the metaphor for the ideas and the processes that you are going to use to engage your people. So when speaking of musical empathy, when you hear a song like this, what do you feel? It's rocky, yes, but just yell it out. Some of the feelings that you're feeling right now. Inspired. Yes. There's so many different feelings that you may feel at this point when it comes to the music that you play. Maybe a song like this gets your audience to react the same way. Okay, I just saw a couple reactions. A bunch of the ladies in the room. Or you can play a song like this and it gives you the feels. Right? Takes you back to a time and a place. When you play the right music, you can get your audience to follow. Music has a time and a place. Ideas have to be correct for the right time. Music has shaped us. When we listen to music, it brings us back to those times and places. For example, this song that I started with. Remember the lyrics? What was the day referenced in this song? 21st day of September. Would you believe that I got married on the 21st day of September? I did. And yes, there was a velociraptor at my wedding, and thank you for the applause. And just like an anniversary we're celebrating today, the 25th, I'm celebrating my 10-year anniversary with my bride, Larissa, right there, where we introduced, yes, this raptor at our wedding. So it happens. But when it comes to music, ooh, wait for it. You saw it, but the tease is this group right here. This song was not a song that I resonated with. This group, I thought they were the cheesiest band in the world. And then when I heard this song and how people would react to it, I then changed my tone. You know this song, Don't Stop Believing. I thought it was the cheesiest song in the world. But once I saw how my audience reacted to it, I had to embrace that song. Because everybody all of a sudden would start singing. You're singing it in your head, aren't you? But songs can get everybody to react the same way. If you choose the right song, we can get them to do this. And then everybody sings along. Here we go. Sweet Caroline. Exactly. So when it comes to engaging your audience, engaging your team, your organization, play the right music. Maybe you could be that first person on the dance floor. Maybe you could be that second or third person on the dance floor validating that other lone dancer. We're celebrating 25 years with the Midwest Speakers Bureau. Today is going to be a fabulous day, and I encourage you to get out on that dance floor. Thank you, everybody.